Well, hello everyone. Tyler Ford here for my monthly Tucson home inventory market update. And this is for April 2023, where each and every month we dive into the MLS and we take a look at what home inventory levels are doing. And in my opinion, home inventory levels are the leading indicator, economics 101, supply and demand. And I like to keep a close eye on home inventory. And home inventory, it's not good news for buyers out there. Home inventory levels have been declining, but the question is, as we head into the summer months, June, July, August, September, home inventory levels tend to go back up here in Tucson. But as of right now, they've actually gone down. But what we're going to do is we're going to log into the MLS. I've got an Excel spreadsheet where we're going to track those numbers so you can see what's going on here in Tucson in terms of home inventory levels. But first off, I'd like to share my screen and show you a few little things that are a part of what's driving our market, interest rates, and then also take a look at home inventory from a national level to give you a bigger picture and a better understanding in terms of what's going on here in Tucson. And if you're watching this video live, if you have any questions or comments, make sure you go ahead and comment. And at the end, if there's anybody out there that's got any questions or comments, I'll go ahead and answer those questions. So with that, I'm going to share my screen and we're going to show a few things here, and then we're going to dive on into the numbers. Just 1 second here. Okay, so the first thing I want to take a look at is interest rates. And as everybody knows, interest rates have dramatically increased over the last year or so, and they're off the highs. So we've been going sideways. The Feds have not been as aggressive. Inflation is still an issue. So, the question is, will interest rates still continue to go up? So right now, as of this recording, I just pulled this on a 30-year fixed, you're looking at 6.43%, and on a 15-year, you're looking at 5.71%. So we're off the highs by about 0.5%. Back in October, we were a little over 7% on a 30-year fix. So we've seen about about 0.75% pullback, which is helping a little bit. But the big question is, will Feds continue to raise rates? And a lot of people think that they're at their end of being aggressive and no longer a hawkish standpoint in terms of aggressively raising rates. So we'll definitely see, but it's definitely put the brakes on the housing market in terms of things slowing down. Although inventory levels are going down, days on market, and it's taking a little bit longer for homes to sell. And the other thing that I want to show you here is that from a national standpoint, and I tried to pull this chart to get an updated chart. This is March, so it's about a month-old data, but it'll give you a good vision in terms of the overall picture. So in all of the MLSs across the country, there's about 980,000 active listings. It's probably a little bit less because home inventory levels have been going down. But if you look at this chart, back in the meltdown of 07, 08, home inventory levels were about 4 million homes. And that's why we had the major meltdown, just because there was a ton of supply, very little demand, which pushed home prices down. So in order for us to be at an equilibrium in terms of supply and demand, uh, we would need to double in terms of inventory levels. And it's the big reason as to why home values have been holding on, in my opinion. And I know a lot of people out there are thinking that this market's going to correct. I don't disagree. I think there's more risk on the downside than there is on the upside. But in order for home prices to go down, inventory levels need to dramatically go up. And they would need to, in my opinion, even in Tucson, more than double in order to have a major impact on home prices and for things to slow down. So now what I would like to do is I am going to pull up an Excel spreadsheet here, and we'll log into the MLS. And first off, we're going to log into the MLS. I'll share my screen again. So hopefully you can see that. Again, if there's any questions or comments, make sure you comment. We'll answer those at the end. So I am logged into the MLS. What we're going to do is we're going to look at single family homes, townhomes, manufactured homes, and condos. And then we're going to put them into an Excel spreadsheet that's going to give you a good visual as to what's going on here in terms of home inventory here in Tucson. So right now I've got the MLS pulled up. I've got Tucson single family homes. And if you look right here, there's 899 active listings in the MLS. Now we're going to take a look at townhomes. And right now, townhomes, there are 71 active listings. Next, we're going to look at manufactured homes. Right now, manufactured homes, there's 55 active manufactured homes. And then condos, as of right now, there are 76 condos listed in the MLS. Now I'm going to pull up an Excel spreadsheet. We're going to plug in some numbers. I did this earlier. This changed by one. I did it about an hour ago, so it's up. So 899. Manufactured homes, there were 55, so it's up slightly. Condos, we've got 76 active condos listed in the MLS, and then townhomes, there are 71. So right now in the MLS, all of Tucson, there's 1,030, and month over month, we're down 174 units. So if you look at the change, we're down 16% from the last month. Year to date, inventory levels are down 54% from the beginning of the year. And the total change, about a year and a half ago, I sensed this market was starting to shift. And so I started to track this and do these lives. So we're up 22% from when I started doing this. If you look at the Excel spreadsheet, started doing it in July of 2021. And at one point, we were up close to a 60% increase. Since then, home inventory levels have pulled back. And this is a great visual in terms of what's going on here in Tucson. And you can see this chart. So when I started tracking it, I had a sense. Sure enough, home inventory levels started to go up. Then we got a big pullback, and it was the lowest inventory levels that we'd ever seen. Inventory levels started to climb, but a lot of this is seasonality of Tucson. So when winter visitors come, Tucson temperatures cool off, home inventories tend to go down, and then they trend back up. So some of this chart is partly due to seasonality. And the big question is whether or not, when things start to heat up, the winter visitors go away, what's going to happen with inventory levels. So now what I'd like to do is jump on over to, so the other thing to look at before I jump on over, I'm going to jump on over to Zillow and give you even a bigger picture. But in terms of our median home sales price, the market, June, July, August of September, in September last year, the market pulled back about 10%. Since then, we went sideways, and now we've started to go up slightly this year. So year to date, we're up 0.03% year to date. And if you look at the median home sales price chart, again, we started to see a pullback go sideways, and over the last couple of months, home values, the median home sales price has been holding strong, slightly up. But again, the big reason is home inventory levels still remain low. So now what I'd like to do is I'm going to jump over to Zillow and give you eager picture. So in the MLS, I've just got Tucson, and now it pulls up everything surrounding areas. So as of right now, there are 1,426 total active listings, Tucson and the surrounding area. Pull up the Zillow, and so up. Let me see if this is going to come up. Hold on one sec. Just 1 second. What didn't come up? Okay, so this is what Zillow looks like. So it's consistent with the Tucson home inventory. So up 100 or inventory levels down 195 units. Click out of here. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. So that's what another thing that you can do is actually I'm going to share my screen again, and sorry about that. Just 1 sec. It changed the screen sharing and it's a couple clicks away. I apologize. So if you're one to want to geek out on the numbers, I encourage you to head on over to Tucson Homes and Lots. And if you scroll down on the homepage, there is a button that says Get Update. You click on that. Even every month, I do an update of what's going on in the Tucson housing market. A lot of really good information. I cover the numbers that I like to cover. I think the important numbers, but there's a lot of really good information that I don't cover. And if you really want to dive into the numbers and geek out, I would encourage you to head on over here. And then at the very bottom, there's a link that says Tucson Housing Market Full Report. If you click on that, up comes the PDF of the entire market update. So again, if you're one to want to really dive into the numbers, I'd encourage you to take a look at that. So that is pretty much it. Like to keep it short and sweet. If there's any questions or comments, go ahead and comment. I had to change the time, so I apologize. I had a conflicting appointment come up where I had to go show a property yesterday. I had this scheduled, so I had to bump it to today. So again, apologize. And if there's no questions or comments, I'm going to do it each and every month. And again, if you're watching this after the live on YouTube, if you have got any questions or comments, go ahead and comment. But in the meantime, make it a great day and have an awesome, awesome weekend. And again, thanks for watching.